We just watched the next fight, which is To Be Determined versus Hank the Tank. And the one thing that I can say right off the bat is the girls bot for Germantown is always going to be kind of a show bot. It's never going to be one of the fighting bots, but it always does put on an amazing show whenever you watch it.
The girls do love their big circular weapons.
Yeah, that's another thing that kind of returned this time around is like the big circular saw, which it seemed like it took a while for it to start up, and I think that was kind of one of their downfalls. Is that it didn't really start up fast enough for them to do damage. A lot of Hank the Tank's hits and kind of throws of the girls bot was really cool to see.
Flipped him over a couple of times.
Yeah, and I really liked that part of it. And like I said, I liked the parts where like literally the bot was like the weapon of the bot was just jumping up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and
yeah, the one of their weapon teeth, because they probably use some of those carbide inserts again, and if those gets loose, it's gonna drag a little bit, like outside of the normal diameter of the weapon. That hits the ground, it bounces up, bounces up, bounces up. Not good for the weapon motor, not good.
Yeah, but at least it puts on a nice show. I think like for this being the third fight of the whole thing, it's like, well, this is kind of the bot fight that we kind of wanted. I mean, we're getting a lot of showmanship here from both bots. Just one's more of an attacking bot, and the other one's just kind of made for show. And the girls bot, it seems like a lot of the times they get coolest bot award. I know you've gotten it for blunt force trauma, even though in the video I couldn't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. The girls, they've had a great deal of success, just not going all the way.
Yeah.
Attack of the Ginger, that one took seconds.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Then Drop Dead Beautiful, that was when I had Octavius on the ground. Beat me a couple of times, I think. That one took seconds to Armageddon, both of the competitions it was in.
I think within the past 4 years, like Germantown has always placed somewhere on the board. Whether it was first, second, or third, we were always somewhere on there. Maybe not always first. I think during your greatest era, which was, I want to say, Octavius Mark II and Whirlwind? Was that you guys, or?
Nah, Whirlwind was...
What was the one right after Octavius Mark II that we did?
We had Nanobots right before that. That was when we went undefeated. Nanobot, Uprising, Octavius Mark II, then the weapon bots. Well, there was Player One and Grinder.
Oh yeah.
From the team 1 year above me. Those guys, I think they took second both times.
Which one? I can't remember. Which one was the one after Octavius that we did with you? Or was that the last one that we did with you?
I think Octavius was the last one.
Alright.
Because then I won with Octavius, and then the next year, Mr. Maring handed it down to the freshman team.
Which I know you didn't take too well.
Yeah, I would have kind of liked to keep that one with me, but hey, they still won. They did it undefeated, which I can't really argue with.
Yeah.
Then for that next competition, I came back with Blunt Force Trauma, which was basically if you take everything that can possibly go wrong with a robot
and put it into one. It was pretty much Blunt Force Trauma, but again, that one looked really cool. I think the girls bots, always look really cool, and I think they kind of get that Blunt Force Trauma luck with a lot of their bots, but sometimes they really do get the good end of the stick.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about the girls bot or team, or I guess girls bots team should be the correct way of saying it, is that throughout the years they've been getting smaller and smaller and smaller to the point where I think this competition they may have had like 2 or 3 people on the team. And working on the bot, and if this video is saying anything, girls get more involved in bots. That way you can probably take first or second place in competitions like this and build really cool bots and really good bots because you guys are capable of it. We've seen that throughout many competitions and videos and stuff like that. That you guys can have really cool fights and really cool battles. It's just we need more of you in order to really throw out those ideas and really build what you want to build.
And that something that the just casual observer probably wouldn't notice. TBD, to be determined, that was pulled right off of the pages of the old BattleBots TV show. That was it's a pretty close. Granted, the one I'm thinking of weighed 60 pounds. These only weigh 15. But Jim Smentowski's Backlash, which was actually a pretty close copy of his heavyweight bot, which was like 220 some odd pounds. Nightmare. Nightmare is the reason that BattleBots arenas have runes.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that this one would have just kind of shot up and did stuff like that at least. Mm-hmm. But the thing was, I think that driving was the biggest piece here.
You could definitely tell that
the girls' bot just didn't really know how to drive too well. I think, was it Amy or Shay behind the wheel for this one?
I'm not sure, but you could definitely tell that Julia wasn't driving.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of scary good at driving.
Yeah.
And Hank the Tank, my goodness, that thing.
Yeah, it's a tank. I mean, they put it right in the title for it.
I got a look at that one the first time that they put it out. Though I kind of want to say that its front plates are an inch thick, solid aluminum, and that would stop a bullet. That would stop many bullets. That would stop many, many very big bullets. And one thing, maybe not necessarily, you can notice it in the video. It's fast. It is scary fast. I don't know what was been.
Just like some of those throws, it felt like, they had to be pretty fast in order to throw it like that. I think like sometimes it just got like a little bit of error to be determined.
Oh yeah, definitely. There were, to do what Tank was doing, where they were sort of like flipping to be determined on those back wheels on to be determined. That is a ton of weight up in the front.
Yeah.
That weapon looked probably weighed about the same as Attack of the Ginger's weapon, and that weighed, I want to say, a little under 2 pounds. So that is a huge amount of mass so far away from the fulcrum to be
to be thrown around and things like that.
That's really kind of like this one. It's been around for a while. Hank has won the last competition and definitely did well for itself the first time it came out.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it made. I knocked it into the loser bracket, 3rd round with Nokia. And I think that they went pretty far. Did they make it past Nokia in that competition? They definitely placed in the top 6, I can tell you that much. Their first time out.
Yeah. So
it's a very solid bot.
I think that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.